It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and I am the host of NWP, the New World Podcast, brother. Welcome back. It's been a crazy week in professional wrestling again. And if you don't know what the NWP is, it is purely just a professional wrestling podcast. I'm a mark. I'm a fan. I used to wrestle as Parallax. I just love this business. Before we go on, if you want to join the NWP, the design is done by Penta The Unholy. I will have a link to his stuff below. Also, music by GeNreal music. That's the intro you hear. Also, if you want, like I said, if you want to get this sweet ass design on a t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, phone case, go to our tpublic.com and join the NWP. Doesn't matter how, as long as you can rep this sweet logo. It is awesome, y'all. I got the shirt, I got a sticker, and I got a hoodie. Next thing I want to get is a hat. So we're moving forward with this. It's awesome. Also, we are brought to you by C Studios, the multi-brand of entertainment beyond entertainment. Thank you. Also, we are powered by Shudder. Our sponsor, shudder.com/podcast. You use the special promo code C+, CPLUS, and you get 30 free days on us. And right after that, it's only $5. It's October. It's Halloween. Y'all, can't go wrong there. Joe Bob special's coming up. You got to check it out. If you don't know who Joe Bob is, you should get to know him because he's awesome. Now we've got that out of the way. Big week. Let's just jump into my favorite segment, Smack Me Raw. So Raw happened this past week on Monday, October 14th. The draft continues tonight. Well, continued that night in Denver, Colorado. And I'm going to put this out there. The draft seemed kind of lame. Because when we go through the podcast, when we go through the drafts and whatnot, especially Raw's drafts were kind of like, okay, well, they're already on the show, but we'll get down to that. So this is season 28, episode 3, TGPG. All right, let's just jump into it. They had a Hell in a Cell recap, finally. They made it look more awesome than it actually did. Like, actually was? Yeah. This. They had the recap the last SmackDown, and then we just jump right on into it. The man comes out, number 1 overall draft pick, with Charlotte. And then Charlotte interrupts. And they go against... Wait, where's all these notes? Oh, no. I'm sorry. The man versus Charlotte. The promos were great. Bex, I miss you, but Charlotte being Charlotte. But the winner of this match gets number 1 pick, and the man wins. So Raw got first choice. But it was a fight. And it was a good one. Then they did a Seth Rollins backstage interview. Then we get round 1 of the draft picks. So, Stephanie, Raw gets Seth Rollins. He's the Universal Champion, of course. Oh, yeah, whatever. SmackDown gets the Beast. Another ha moment. Because I'm like, wait a minute. He's the champ. Okay, whatever. Raw gets Charlotte, though. That was a big one. So we can continue the man in the Charlotte feud. SmackDown gets the New Day. Another, like, oh, okay. Sure, I guess. All right. And Raw gets Andrade with Selena Vega. Cool, I guess. It wasn't anything. The Charlotte one was like, oh, okay, cool. Then we go to the kickoff panel with Joe, Renee, and Booker T and Beth Phoenix. Then we get into One of the draft picks, Andrade versus Ali. Let's get the shovel. Okay, Ali, there you go. I know they did a promo package with him, I believe, for SmackDown. But let's get the shovel, because that's all I feel like they're doing to this kid, Ali. I feel bad for him. Now let's get into Raw Round 2 draft picks. Raw's first choice. They get the 3 because they're a 3-hour show, and SmackDown gets 2. So if you didn't know that, God bless you. Raw, the Kabuki Warriors come over to the Tag Team Women's Championship. So they can defend it against anybody on SmackDown or Raw, the pay-per-view, so the title probably going to be back and forth. So to SmackDown, Daniel Bryan, shocker. To Raw, Rusev, shocker. Sarcasm. SmackDown gets Bayley. Really? The SmackDown Women's Champion is going to SmackDown? Okay. Raw gets Aleister Black. Shocker. Not really. It's a little bit of a joke at this point. And the first night of the draft on SmackDown, when they had the executives from Fox and USA backstage, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And they did it again, and I'm just like, man, it feels so fake here. You know what I mean? Like, it just, ew. Really great match. Viking Raiders versus Ziggler and Rude, who are the champs. This is a tag team title match. And guess what? Finally, the Viking Raiders are Raw Tag Team Champions. I am happy. Very, very, very happy. Oh, and then they had SNL kind of pop in and talk about the draft, and I was like, Oh, and there's a WWE Backstage, which will be on Fox Sports 1. I believe they said it'll be every Tuesday. I'll double check that. But no, the Viking Raiders, they cut a great promo. They've the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, New Japan champs, NXT Tag Champs. They mentioned their glorious run, and it's freaking sweet. Like, you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with the Viking Raiders. And I'm finally glad that we pulled that trigger. All right, round 3. Raw gets Cedric Alexander. Okay, sure. SmackDown gets Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, wow, shocker. Raw brings over 205 Live guy, Humberto Carrillo. SmackDown gets Ali. Hopefully there's opportunities there for him. Raw gets Eric Rowan and Aleister Black for... Oh, wait, no, wrong one. I went too far. Raw got Eric Rowan, and that's round 3. Then we go into a match. Aleister Black versus Eric Young. And Aleister Black goes over, of course, because we're trying to build Aleister Black. Yes. Then round 4. Raw gets Buddy Murphy. Okay. SmackDown gets Ziggler and Rude. Sure. Raw gets Jinder Mahal. Okay. But this was the shocker. SmackDown got Carmella. Raw got Truth. The split has happened. So I'm worried about that, but it just means no more. Hopefully, we could just kind of drown out the 24/7 championship. Also on Raw, announced in the back, we want the smoke. We want the smoke. The Street Profits, but the OC interrupts and fight. Rivalry, OC versus the Street Profits. All I gotta say to that is, we want the smoke. We want the smoke. And Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. Great match. As only as it can be. And then they did a little promo from last week. The Braun Strowman, Tyson Fury contract signing. And last week I said something on the lines of like, fuck Tyson Fury and the Kane guy. And, I was told a little bit of criticism that I should like look them up some more. And I did. And guess what? I still don't care about these guys. They're in their accomplishments in their sport. Much respect and love to them, but I'm just like, man. All right, Gypsy King. Cool. Yeah, let's go to round 5. For Raw, I got Samoa Joe. For SmackDown, we got Miz. For Raw, we got Akira Tozawa. For SmackDown, we got King Corbin. Good. Keep him. For Raw, we got Shelton Benjamin. Good pick. And let me go back to the Tyson Fury thing. It's not that I don't care. I know that it's my job to report on these things. It just irks me that we have to have these guys come over when in the past, boxers and UFC fighters all looked at professional wrestling in this certain aspect. And the reason why that I don't like that is because it takes away from other people to have the opportunity to, like Ali. What's to say that? Aleister Black. We got these guys coming in and they automatically get big main event fights and get big multi-contracts. What about your roster? That's why I get mad about that. That's why I have such a beef, because you have all this talent, but then you go and sign a Tyson Fury and Kane to a multi-year mega deal for like a Brock Lesnar status, and you're going to go and shit on all these other great talent. Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, come on. That's why I don't like it. And it's that crown jewel. Gross. That's why I don't like it. I almost pooped myself. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. Great match. Really good. Buddy Murphy got the win. I was like, yes! Woohoo! That's funny. I even got Crown Jewel. Ew. All right, now we're on to round 6, the final part of the draft. Here we go. Round 6, final. We got Rey Mysterio on Raw. On SmackDown, we got Shorty Gable. Fucking hate that name. And that's going to come when I do SmackDown. Raw, we get Titus O'Neil. SmackDown, we get Elias. Raw, we get Liv Morgan. And then we got a KO panel. And then we got the final match of the night, the Kabuki Warriors versus Natalya and Lacey Evans. The Kabuki Warriors goes. That was an okay match. Then we got the Firefly House to end the show, and Seth found it because that's what he had a backstage interview for earlier. He was looking for the Fiend, and he found the Fiend in the end, and he burnt it down. We lost, what's his face? I don't care to remember his name. One of the props that the Fiend had in that house, but who cares? All right. Now, off to SmackDown. And before we start the SmackDown part of this, Eric Bischoff was fired and replaced by Bruce Pritchard. Shocker. Because Vince was like, you're fired. And rumor has it's because the ratings went down, and it's that I think it's more or less. And what really sucks about this is Eric actually moved up and moved his wife and him, all the way to Connecticut and this and that, and then you were reading more backstage that he really didn't have that much power over this and that, and that's kind of sad. And I'm not surprised, but it happened. It sucks. Yeah. All right, so SmackDown was yesterday on the 18th. But I like Bruce Pritchard too, and Bruce Pritchard Eric sent out a tweet about Bruce Pritchard being his friend, and Bruce Pritchard sent out, so there's no beef there. Okay? That's a good thing. All right, now in Indianapolis, SmackDown on Fox. IC title match, Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn on his corner. And it's a great match. It's a good match. But guess what? Guess who interrupts? Baron Corbin. You want to know why I say Because in the commentary, because he was embarrassed by The Rock, who has a relation to Roman, so now we need to make that a feud. Yeah. Fuck you, Baron Corbin. But here comes Daniel Bryan, and that made it even better, and that'll set up the main event, and we'll get to that. But then we get a backstage segment with the New Day and Heavy Machinery. Stakes and weights, baby. Stakes and weights. Great backstage promo. And God, I love Otis. I love Otis so much. And he gets a lot of love tonight. All right. Now this. Chad Gable versus Curtis Axel. Axel's like, yay, the B team. Bo's out there too. Chad Gable won. Short jokes in the entire commentary. And he changes his name. And he embraces the Shorty. He embraces it. Yeah, whatever the fuck that means. He is now going by Shorty G. Wow. What a terrible name. All right, so you know that everyone should know now. Going to Crown Jewel is going to be Seth versus The Fiend, and I believe a no DQ match or whatever. But so he was taken out of Team Hogan's team, and Hogan started the show and said, well, no, he didn't start the show, but he goes, brother. And the Skype was so funny because it kept on cutting in and out. My wife's like, why does he sound like Kermit? And I was like, so, but he'll announce at the end of the show, and I'm just going to get to it now because I really don't care about Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns is the new captain of Team Hogan, brother. Okay. Now, Heavy Machinery and New Day versus Ziggler and Rude with the Revival. Great match. Why? Because of Otis getting so much love. It was awesome. They go over. Great match. I can't get, especially Otis. Otis is a true talent, especially how big he is. I love you, Otis. And then we got a backstage with Daniel Bryan. He's like, this is my first time on Fox and this and that. And you're like, yeah, go fight him. Now we got Miz TV with Bayley and Sasha Banks accompanying her. And yeah, this is during right now where we saw the Ali package and stuff like that. We got the new entrance, the new look, Bayley. She's a heel now, and I love it. This interaction between all three of them was amazing. Shot after shot after shot after shot. I was like, ah! It was a great segment, and I loved it. Which goes into our next match. But now, this next Friday, they will be on FS1 for one time only because the World Series will be that night. And the rumor, everybody was like, oh my God, Fox screwed WWE and they're just going to have them on FS1. And no, the real reason is because the World Series is happening and they're going to be on FS1 for one night. For now, we'll see what happens. All right. So then we get into our big match to get a number one contender to face Bayley. And it's Nikki Cross versus Dana Brooke versus Carmella versus Lacey Evans, Deville, and Mandy versus Mandy. Yeah, big match. And it was good. It was good for what it was. Nikki Cross went over, so it'll be Nikki Cross versus Bayley at some point. Ain't gonna be at Crown Jewel. I wonder why. I'm sorry. I'm being a salty bitch. No, so Nikki Cross wins. I'm okay with that. For some reason, I wanted Carmella. Sue me. Then we got, oh man, this is a big fuck this on the side of this. Yeah. Braun Strowman versus Drew Gulak, or Goulash, as I like to call him. And Drew Gulak is amazing. He is a true hybrid talent. And he just got squashed. He was just currently the Cruiserweight champion on 205 Live, and he just got squashed on his debut on Raw with Braun Strowman. And I wrote, squash, fuck this, because seriously, fuck this. But Drew did the best he could with it. He had a PowerPoint presentation to show him why Braun's not going to defeat Tyson Fury. I thought that was a little bit funny and this and that, but at the end of it, I was kind of like, meh. All right. Now, the main event, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns versus... Wait, where am I going? Oh, King Corbin and Shinsuke Nakamura. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. Great match, though. Great match at the end of the night. It was fun. It was fast. It was everything I wanted to be. Overall, though, the show lacked a little oomph for me this week because there was just some things that were just so cringy. But there are some good things like Otis and this main event. And it was fun seeing Hulk Hogan and my wife calling him Kermit and this and that. So if I had to pick either Raw or SmackDown this week... SmackDown, I guess, because Raw was kind of lackluster too. So you can make up your own mind on that. But here's a new segment. Usually I jump right on into the Wednesday Night Wars. What about Tuesday nights? We have the NWA Power, POWRRR. E2 on the 15th in the GPB studio. Studio wrestling is back, and I love it. All right. There's a package. Tim Storm, beautiful. It's just great. Then we go right on into the fire. Into the fire. And what I'm saying about Tuesday nights is you have NWA Power going against AEW Dark. This is on YouTube. For real. For Rizzle. So we get in Jim Cornette and Joe Gallows on commentary. And David Marquez interviews Aaron Stevens, a.k.a. Damian Sandow. When I saw him, I got very, very happy. And we went into Trevor Murdoch versus Ricky Stevens. Yes. 10-minute time limit. I love that. I just, shook a hand. They shook hands and stuff like that. I know there's some people out there that promoters are like, don't break kayfabe, but it's really hard not to anymore. You know what I mean? Let's see. The Joe interview, he's with Colt Cabana, and calls out Storm. You don't want Storm. No. Then it was Colt Cabana and Mr. Anderson versus Sal Renarvo and Jordan Kingsley. And Colt Cabana and Mr. Anderson went over, and it was awesome. It was a great match. Then the Aldis interview was great. It was just a great interview, and they talked about last week with the tag team drama, and we got Allison Kay versus Ashley Fox, non-title match. Allison Kay, respect for that interview, much respect. Tim Storm next week, then James Storm interview. Eli Drake interrupts. Austin Idol. Then Wildcard versus Kingston and Homicide. That was a great match. It was just a great show overall. Overall Power is, like, if you want old school at its finest, this is where you should be, NWA Power. And I'll have the link to their YouTube channel, and it's every Tuesday. Great show. Great show. Now, let's go into AEW Dark. They're episode 2 now as well. In Boston, Massachusetts. Tony Schiavone starts with the interview with the Bucks and Omega. And Omega walks in, and he's like, I want a lights-out match with Joey Janela. They're like, man, we didn't give you a match on Dynamite because you just went through a table last week, blah, 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 blah. And starts the show. AEW Dark. Then Sonny Kiss versus Kip Sabian versus Peter Avalon. And Kip Sabian won, but Sonny Kiss was the highlight. Awesome. Freaking awesome. The match was great, too. Kip Sabian got hurt at some point with his finger. I got concerned, too, because I was like, oh, shit. I thought he broke it or something like that. So, but he did not break it, and he is good. Then there was a really cool Cody interview with Aubrey Edwards. She is a referee. We're talking about, feeling feeling wanted and this and that, and it was a great interview. And she tried for WWE, but nothing ever happened. Nothing. I'm glad she's in AEW because she is a great ref, and I love her. I just love her. She's awesome. And they recap the tag tournament and recap some other stuff. So a lot of recaps before we finally get to our unsanctioned lights out match with Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. I'm going to say this right now. This is the match of the week. This is the fucking match of the week right here. Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. Get on YouTube right now. Get Dark E2 and check it out. Oh my. Oh wait, I just skipped over this one. My bad. SCU and SEMA versus Dark Order and Hybrid 2. Dark Order and Hybrid 2 went over, but who cares? Let's get back to Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega. Unsanctioned lights out match. It was balls to the wall. There was major spots. It was freaking awesome. It was freaking awesome, bro. So, if I had to recommend, that's the match of the week. All right. Now. AEW Dynamite, the Wednesday Night Wars continues. And, of course, AEW Dynamite takes it over NXT again. They start with a tag team tournament, the SCU versus the Best Friends. And the SCU wins, and it's a mugging, says JR. Ha! If you watched this week, Christopher Daniels. Well, what happened is in the starting, they got basically mugged, and by the Lucha Bros attacking and this and that, and Christopher Daniels had to get stretcher. Then Scorpio Sky went in, and then the Bucks came out to check on Christopher Daniels. It was all out chaos, and it was awesome. Then we got the match, and the SCU will continue on in the tag team tournament. But the finish was a little botched, just a little botched, not too good. Wait, what? You know, my notes are all over. When I'm watching, it's like, ay. Santana and Ortiz. Oh yeah, that was a match. Inner Circle. Yeah, let's not talk about that match. All right, because it was a squash, pretty much. Santana and Ortiz are going to go over. They're part of the Inner Circle, so let's push them. Moving on to Full Gear. But they will face the Young Bucks. It's going to be awesome. And Chris Jericho, Le Champion. Cody Package, amazing. Dusty would be proud. Hyping their match for him to face Chris Jericho at Full Gear November 9th. Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. Lucha Brothers is by far the best tag team champion out there. Jurassic Express was a little light because Marco was hurt. No, not Marco. Luchasaurus hurt. And Luchasaurus is great. But no, they had this guy named Marco come in, and Luchasaurus was hurt, so it was kind of like, but the Lucha Brothers are amazing. My wife was very, very, very into it. Then we had Pac and Moxley versus Omega and Hangman Page. Fucking great. Just great. As the main event, it was just, this show is, the show is very, like, here and there. Like, I would say I'm very invested now into Dynamite. But next week, Pac versus Moxley, Lucha Brothers versus House Party, SCU versus Dark Order. Oh, wait, no, that's not the main event. Jesus Christ, what is going on? What is going on, stupid notes? Okay, no. Okay, next week they announced Pac versus Moxley, Lucha Brothers versus House Party, SCU versus Dark Order, Britt Baker's Homecoming in Pittsburgh, and the Young Bucks will be in action. I am sorry, folks. I am all over the place tonight. But now the main event. You got the Painmaker back. Chris Jericho versus Darby Allin in a Philly street fight. There was duct tape involved. That was a great match. It was a damn good match for 29 years in the business Chris Jericho has been. But it was great. Jake Hager comes out and Inner Circle celebrate. It's just amazing. It was a great show, a great way to end the show, especially that Philly street fight. I really did enjoy it a lot, but I don't say it would overshadow the Kenny Omega match that I just claimed match of the week. Okay? Now, let's go on to NXT. Ciampa defeated Angel. Imperium defeated Ani Lorcan and Danny Burch. The show was okay for the most part for NXT. So if I had to give it to somebody for the Wednesday Night Wars, I would give it to Dynamite. But Keith Lee versus Dominic, I would say Dominic Dijak, but I forgot they calling him Dijakovic. I don't like that. Dominic Dijak was okay. I don't know. They got to own her name, right? But Keith Lee's my boy. Love Keith Lee. But it ended in a no contest. And Matt Riddle defeated Branson Reed. Tegan Knox defeated Tanara Sente. Killian Dane defeated Bo. Then Damian Priest defeated Pete Dunne, whatever you want. Yeah, so if I had to pick on the Wednesday Night Wars, I would say AEW took it this week on the Wednesday nights. So I'm very, very happy as a wrestling fan. But yeah, that's the week with those shows. And so before we get out of here, though, we're gonna talk about another show. Like, I'm trying to get to these other shows pretty quick. But no, on October 20th, Impact's Bound for Glory. All right, pay-per-view. A lot of pay-per-views coming. Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan for the Impact Championship. That's going to be awesome. Talia Valkyrie versus Tennille Dashwood in the Knockout Women's match. Is going to be awesome for the championship. The North versus RVD and Rhino versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Tag team title matches. That's going to be awesome. Christ versus Tessa Blanchard versus Daga and versus Ace Austin versus in the X Division match. That's gonna be great. Jake Christ, yes, God, versus Tessa Blanchard versus Daga. I think I got that right. Versus Ace Austin. Then there's another person in the X Division match. Then Ken Shamrock versus Moose. Whew. Naomichi Marufuji versus Michael Elgin. That's going to be great. The Rascals versus Dr. Wagner Jr. and Aerostar. But then there's a Call Your Shot gauntlet match, and there's going to be a number one contender to face either Brian Cage or Sami Callihan in the future. That's going to be awesome. I have been keeping up with Impact as best as I could. But they're on Access TV along with New Japan. I think I'm going to cover some New Japan next week. A lot of stuff going on there. You should get the New Japan World app. It's great. So, if I had, and I just said my match of the week. Okay. All right. Now that the draft is over, let's see where we go from here. Okay, for the WWE, AEW. If I had to give who gets this week, will it be Raw, Power, Dark, Dynamite, NXT, SmackDown? Who gets the winner? And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, is AEW's Dark. Just because of that main event. Joey Janela and Kenny Omega. Coming in second is AEW Dynamite itself. So I would say AEW took this week. Because SmackDown and Raw was kind of meh. But yes. There we go, breaking down the week of professional wrestling itself. This is the New World Podcast. Thank you for joining. I love professional wrestling, and like I said, I am looking into doing a Halloween Havoc watch-along, or maybe breakdown of the show. Breakdown would be much easier, especially with my time, of a Halloween Havoc of my choosing, and it'll drop on Halloween as an NWP exclusive. All right, join us on YouTube. Or join us wherever you can get podcasts, because you'll get the NWP show and the social event on Saturday. This show will drop every Saturday at 8 p.m. Now we have an official time slot just so you can get ready for the NWP. Get your t-shirts, man. Come on, join the NWP now. This is the way we do it, baby. And I'm very sorry about my notes. I'm just going to start just typing out this because I get so excited when I'm watching. I got notes flying everywhere. Everywhere. You can just hear notes upon notes upon notes. I'm already through this brand new notebook, and it's only week 3. It's only week 3. So catch all the shows. Go check out OEW, Oriental OWE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. Check out Impact Wrestling. Check out Ring of Honor. Get yourself the High Spots Network. You can get Progress Wrestling. Go check out Wrestling Illustrated, the PWI, baby. I'm telling you, it's so much wrestling. It's awesome. Get yourself New Japan World. Go make yourself Ring of Honor, join the Honor Club. I'm telling you. Independent Wrestling TV. So much wrestling at the tip of your fingertips. Even get the WWE Network because it's filled with so much. And that's it. That's all. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. As always, thank you for joining the NWP, brother, because we're for life. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. And that is it. And that is all.